Can you imagine a 4-year-old knowing intimate details about a farm she had never visited, about people she had never met? And what if I told you she even knew where the family's dog was buried? What you are about to hear happened in Brazil, in São Paulo, and left an entire family without sleep for months. A story that will make you rethink everything you know about life and death. In 2015, little Ana Clara, only 4 years old, began recounting seemingly impossible stories. She spoke about a farm in the countryside, about coffee fields, about a man named João who cared for the horses. But Ana Clara had never left São Paulo. She was born and raised in her family's apartment in Moema. She had never seen a farm in her life. Her mother, Márcia, at first believed it was just a child's imagination, something normal for kids, right? But Ana Clara began revealing details, things a child of 4 simply couldn't know. She described the exact color of the farmhouse, faded blue with white windows. She mentioned the well in the backyard and the century-old mango tree that shaded the yard. And then she said something that made Márcia's blood run cold. "Mom, Rex is buried under the mango tree. He was my dog." Márcia froze. How could a child know about a buried dog? And why did she speak as if it had been hers? From then on, Ana Clara wouldn't stop talking about this mysterious farm. Every single day she revealed new details, details that made no sense for a girl raised in the capital. She spoke about the smell of coffee beans roasting in the morning, the clucking of hens in the yard, the taste of homemade brown sugar, experiences she had never lived. Márcia began writing everything down, every word, every name, every description. The notes were becoming disturbingly precise. "Mom, remember when the delicate cow had her calf? I helped João pull it out." A 4-year-old talking about birthing cattle. Márcia could no longer ignore it. Then Ana Clara started to cry. She cried and cried. Through her sobs she said, "I want to go home, Mom. I want to go back to my farm." Márcia hugged her daughter, not knowing how to respond. How could she explain that it was impossible? That she was describing a place that perhaps didn't even exist? But curiosity consumed Márcia. What if the farm Ana Clara described truly existed? What if her daughter was telling the truth about something beyond comprehension? That was when Márcia made a decision that would change their lives forever. She would search for this farm. She began investigating every detail Ana Clara had shared. She called town halls, registry offices, and rural associations across São Paulo's countryside. "Good afternoon. I'm looking for a farm with a faded blue house, white windows, and a century-old mango tree in the yard." On the other end of the line, people thought it strange that someone would search for a property using only such specific descriptions without any address or owner's name. Still, Márcia didn't give up. She phoned dozens of places. Ribeirão Preto, Araraquara, São Carlos, Piracicaba. Always the same question. Always the same reply. "We don't know any farm with those features." Meanwhile, Ana Clara continued sharing details. She described the metallic creak of a rusty gate, Padrao the rooster who crowed every morning at 5 a.m., and the broken wooden fence at the left side of the entrance. "Mom, João always forgets to fix that fence. He says he will, but he never does." Márcia's notebook already contained more than 50 specific details, things that no city child should know. "Ana Clara, how do you know João forgets to fix the fence?" "Because he's always been like that, Mom. Ever since he was little, he promises and forgets, but he has a good heart." The way Ana Clara spoke about João was unsettling. She didn't sound like a child inventing a character. She sounded like someone who knew the personality of a real person deeply. One night, Ana Clara woke up crying. Márcia rushed into her room. "What's wrong, my daughter?" "Mom, I dreamed I was on the farm, but everything was dark. I couldn't breathe well." Ana Clara described a harrowing dream. She said she was lying in bed, struggling to breathe. People were weeping around her, and she felt as if she was saying goodbye. "I wanted to talk to João one last time, Mom. I wanted to tell him I loved him, but the words wouldn't come out." Márcia shivered. It didn't sound like a child's dream. It sounded like a memory of dying. The next morning, Márcia intensified her search. She expanded to more distant towns, places she hadn't even considered. That was when she received a call that changed everything. "Ma'am, my name is Jose. I work at the registry office in Ribeirão Preto. Did you call here yesterday asking about a farm?" "Yes, I did." "Well, we found something unusual. Records of a property that exactly matches your description. But there's something you need to know." Márcia gripped the phone tightly. Her heart pounded. The farm exists, and it belonged to a woman named Ana Clara Santos. She died 12 years ago. The silence on the line was unbearable. Márcia couldn't process what she was hearing. But the strangest part, Ana Clara Santos had died exactly 1 year before Márcia's daughter was born. And there was something else in the records. "What is it?" Márcia asked, her voice shaking. "She died at 28 from pneumonia. She was single and had no children. But her medical notes mentioned she had an obsession. She wanted to plant a field of sunflowers before she died." Márcia sat down. Sunflowers. Ana Clara had never mentioned them. Or had she? "Sir, does the farm still exist?" "Yes. It belongs to her nephew, João Santos. He still lives there and looks after the place." João. The same João little Ana Clara always mentioned. How was this possible? Márcia got João's phone number and called him that same day. When she explained, João fell silent for minutes. "Ma'am, this is impossible. My aunt died 12 years ago. How could a child know about her?" Márcia began listing the details her daughter had mentioned: the faded blue house, the well in the backyard, the mango tree, the broken fence. "My God," João had whispered, "everything you're saying is true, even the fence. I really never fix it. And the dog? My daughter told me about a dog named Rex." João burst into tears on the phone. "Rex was my aunt's dog. He died a few months before her. He's buried exactly where your daughter said, under the mango tree." "João, this might sound crazy, but I need to bring my daughter there. I need to understand what's happening. Bring her, please. I need to see this with my own eyes." Márcia scheduled the visit for Saturday. She didn't tell Ana Clara where they were going. She wanted to witness her natural reaction. On Friday night, Ana Clara was restless. She couldn't sleep. "Mom, tomorrow I'm going home, right?" "What do you mean, daughter?" "I know you're taking me to the farm. I can feel it." Márcia froze. She hadn't told her anything. How could the child know? "Ana Clara, are you sure you want to go?" "I am, Mom. I need to see João. I need to tell him I'm okay." On Saturday morning, during the trip to Ribeirão Preto, Ana Clara grew increasingly agitated. She looked out the car window with an expression Márcia had never seen. "Mom, it's close. I can smell the earth." "What smell, daughter?" "The smell of soil after rain. The smell of coffee drying in the yard. The smell of home." When they reached the dirt road, Ana Clara started crying. "It's here, Mom, this way." Márcia had never told her the address. She hadn't shown her maps or photos. Yet Ana Clara led the way as if she knew every curve. "Turn left after the yellow fence," she said, and there it was. "Now straight to the wooden gate. You'll hear the noise when you open it." The gate was exactly where Ana Clara had described, and when Márcia opened it, it creaked loudly like a rusty hinge. "We're here, Mom. We're home." Márcia then saw the faded blue house, the white windows, and the century-old mango tree in the yard, exactly as Ana Clara had described. João appeared on the porch, and next, something left everyone speechless. Ana Clara got out of the car and froze. She looked at João on the porch, and her eyes filled with tears. "João, you've grown so much," she said, in a voice that didn't sound like a child's. João slowly walked down the steps, incredulous. Ana Clara ran to him. "My boy, how I've missed you." She wrapped her arms around João's legs like someone finally ending a goodbye that had been pending for 12 years. He crouched down and looked the child in the eyes. "You? Is it really you?" "It's me, João. I came back to see you." Márcia watched, motionless. Her 4-year-old daughter was comforting an adult with impossible intimacy. "Auntie, why did you leave without saying goodbye?" João asked, his voice breaking. There wasn't time, my love. It happened so fast, but I tried to call you. You were sleeping. Ana Clara walked through the farm as if she owned the place. She went straight to the old mango tree and knelt down. Hi, Rex, my beautiful boy. She spoke to the dog's grave as if he were alive. Joa confirmed to Márcia. Rex was buried there. Mommy, can I show you my room? She went into the house without asking permission, headed down a hallway at the back, and opened a specific door. This is where I used to sleep. Joa confirmed. That was Ana Clara Santos's room, kept closed since her death. Ana Clara opened an old wardrobe and took a dusty shoebox down from a high shelf. My photos. Joa froze. He had never shown that box to anyone and didn't even remember it was in that closet. She leafed through the images. Old photos of the farm, the Santos family, the animals. Look, Joa, you were short. Remember when I taught you how to milk mimosa? In the photo, a cow was being milked, and in the background, a young woman was teaching a boy. The woman looked eerily like Ana Clara. Does that cow still live? No, Auntie. Mimosa died 5 years ago. Ana Clara grew sad. She was so gentle. She never kicked me. Joa looked at Márcia. Mimosa was only gentle with my aunt. With everyone else, she was temperamental. She only let my aunt come near at milking time. She pulled out another photo and showed it to Joa. Do you remember this party? It was your 10th birthday. You got mad because I wouldn't let you drink a shaka. Joa had to lean against the wall. How do you remember that? I'd forgotten this photo. I wanted to impress Maria, Mr. Antonio's daughter, and you said I was too young. Oh, Maria. You were in love with her. No one knew. Only you, Auntie. Only you. Then Ana Clara pointed out the window to a tree in the pasture. My sunflowers would look beautiful there, Joa, right where the sun shines all afternoon. Joa began to cry. I never planted them. I promised, but I couldn't. I know, my love. Now we can plant them together. In the kitchen, she opened a specific cabinet and took out an old biscuit tin. My recipe is still here, she said, pulling out a yellowed sheet of paper. Joa glanced over her shoulder. It was a cornmeal cake recipe, handwritten in the script he knew so well. That's my aunt's handwriting. Ana Clara picked up a pencil and wrote on the back. The childlike lettering replicated the same shapes as the recipe. See, Joa? I still know how to write the same way. The resemblance was unsettling. A 4-year-old reproducing the handwriting of an adult woman who had died 12 years earlier. Daughter, how do you know where everything is in this house? Márcia asked. Because I lived here, Mom. This is my home. She led her mother to the living room and pointed to an overstuffed bookshelf. My favorite, she said, picking up a worn copy of The Little Prince. Joa affirmed. It was my aunt's favorite book. She reread it several times a year. Ana Clara opened to a specific page and recited, You become eternally responsible for what you have tamed. It was my favorite line. I always said that when I talked about you, Joa, he cried. You always said that, Auntie. Always. She forced open the drawer of an old piece of furniture that was always stuck and took out a sealed envelope. My letter to you, Joa. I wrote it, but there wasn't time to deliver it. The letter, in handwriting identical to the recipes, read, Joa, if you're reading this, it's because I'm gone. Don't be sad, my boy. I will always be watching over you. Plant the sunflowers for me. They'll remind you that love never dies. Your aunt forever, Ana Clara. The date was 1 week before Ana Clara Santos's death. Had you ever seen this? Márcia asked. Never. I didn't even know it existed. In the backyard, she went straight to an abandoned flower bed. My flowers go here, she said, kneeling in the dry soil. I always planted white carnations for Grandma Rosa. Joa explained it was a family tradition, a tribute to their grandmother. Grandma Rosa used to say white carnations protect, Ana Clara continued. I learned that when I was little. She dug with her hands until she pulled out a small saint's figurine covered in dirt. Saint Anthony. I buried it when I got sick. I asked for healing. Joa recognized it. He had searched for that image for years. It had disappeared when his aunt fell ill. He couldn't heal me in that life, Joe, Ana Clara said, but he brought me back in this one. Ana Clara looked at Joe with a seriousness unusual for a child. Do you still have nightmares? Joe froze. How do you know? Because I know you never got over my death. I see you crying alone in your room. Auntie, I dream about you every week. I dream that you're sick and I can't help. I know, my love. Now you can stop suffering. I'm fine. She led him to the porch and sat on the old wooden swing, her usual spot. Remember when I used to tell you stories here? I do, Auntie. Stories of princes and princesses. They weren't made up, Joe. They were memories from other lives. Other lives? Márcia asked. Yes, Mom. I've lived many times. But this is the first time I've come back to the same place. Why did you come back? Joe wanted to know. Because you were suffering too much. And because I had a promise. What promise? Ana Clara pointed to the lot next to the house. The sunflowers. I promised to plant a field of sunflowers, but I died first. I came back to finish what I started. You came back just to plant sunflowers? Joe asked, moved. Not only that, I came back to tell you that I love you, that I never abandoned you, and that you don't need to blame yourself. Blame myself for what? For not saving me. You always thought it was your fault. Joe cried. I should have taken you to the hospital sooner. I should have insisted. No, Joe. It was my time. You couldn't change it. She hugged him with all the strength her small hands could manage. My boy, you took such loving care of me. You were the best nephew I could have had. I miss you. I know. Now keep only the good memories. I'm here, aren't I? You are, he said, smiling through tears. Mom, can I stay today? I want to plant the seeds. What seeds, daughter? Ana Clara ran off and came back with a packet of sunflower seeds. They were in the kitchen table drawer. I bought them before I got sick, but I didn't have time to plant them. Joe confirmed he had never seen them. Auntie, did you know you were going to die? I did. That's why I wrote the letter, hid St. Anthony, and bought the seeds. And that's why you came back. Exactly. To end the day, Ana Clara opened the packet and poured some seeds into her palm. Let's plant them together, Joe. Let's make our dream come true. Joe grabbed the tools and prepared the soil with her. Here, Joe, in this corner where the sun shines brightest, she said, pointing to a specific spot. She made little holes with impressive precision. Her hands worked as if they had done it 1,000 times. Do you remember when I was little and you taught me to plant? Joe asked. I do, my love. You were afraid to get your hands dirty. You said the earth is sacred, that everything we plant with love will bloom. And I was right, wasn't I? Look what has grown from our love. She hummed softly as she planted, and Joe recognized it immediately. Sunflower, sunflower, always follow the sun. You used to sing that to me when I was a child, he said, moved, and you sang along. Your off-key voice made me laugh. He joined the song. His adult voice and her child's voice blended into an impossible harmony between different eras. Mom, can you help us? Márcia knelt in the dirt, not understanding everything, but sensing something sacred. Now close your eyes, Ana Clara instructed. Let's send love to the seeds. They were silent for a few minutes. There, she said. Now they'll grow strong and beautiful. How long until they sprout? Joe asked. About 2 weeks. You'll take care of them for me, won't you? I will, Auntie. Every day. Now I can leave in peace. Leave? Joe asked, startled. Not forever. But I can't stay all the time. I need to grow in my new life. You'll still be Márcia's Ana Clara. I will. But a part of me will always be here with you. The sun was already setting when Ana Clara asked for the old guitar. Play our song one more time. Joe played. She sang with a different voice, softer, more distant. Sunflower, sunflower, our love has no end. When it ended, she kissed his forehead. Goodbye, my boy. Take care of our sunflowers. Thank you for coming back, Auntie. On the road back, Ana Clara was quiet. Daughter, are you okay? I am, Mom, just tired. But it wasn't just tiredness. It was as if she were changing again. Her speech returned to the tone typical of a 4-year-old. Mom, why did we go to that farm? Márcia almost hit the brakes. What do you mean, love? I don't really remember. There was a handsome man, right? He looked sad. The memories of Ana Clara Santos were fading from the girl's mind. Daughter, you don't remember what happened today? I remember we planted flowers. They were sunflowers, right, Mom? I like sunflowers. Márcia realized her daughter was becoming just Ana Clara again, with no past life memories. Can I sleep? I'm really sleepy. You can, love. When they arrived, she slept the rest of the way. She woke up different. Mom, where did we go today? I dreamed about a farm. We went to visit a friend in the countryside. How nice. He was kind. In the following days, Márcia carefully tested things. She asked about the farm, about Joe, about the precise details. What farm, Mom? Who is Joe? I don't remember. A week later, Joe called. Márcia, I have to tell you, the sunflowers have already sprouted. Already? That's too soon. I know, it's impossible, but they sprouted in a week. And there's more. What? They sprouted in a perfect heart shape, as if someone had planned it. He sent the photo, dozens of sprouts forming an exact heart in the bed. Márcia, I think my aunt really did come back, and now she's at peace. Joe, Ana doesn't remember anything. She's a normal child again. I know, that's how it had to be. She fulfilled her mission. Sometimes, absent-mindedly, the girl would hum, "Sunflower, sunflower, always follow the sun." In those moments, for a few seconds, she would gaze out the window with an expression far too mature for her age, as if a silent part of Ana Clara Santos were still watching over the new life she had chosen. 2 months later, Joa called again. Márcia, you need to come. Something incredible has happened. What is it? The sunflowers bloomed, and they aren't ordinary. They grew to different sizes, forming a pattern. Seen from a distance, a smiling face appears. It's my aunt's face. Perfect. Márcia returned to the farm, this time without the child. When she arrived, she was speechless. The field formed the face of a woman. Then, for the first time, she saw a photo of the real Ana Clara Santos. The resemblance to her daughter was unnerving. The eyes, the face shape, the smile. Joe, this is impossible. I know, and there's more. In the aunt's room, above the bed, there was a child's drawing done in crayon. A grown woman and a child planting flowers together. In the corner, written in a child's handwriting, "For Joe, with love, Ana Clara." Did my daughter draw this? Márcia asked. Impossible. She wasn't here. And look at the date. The date was from the previous day. In Snow Paulo, Ana Clara had drawn sunflowers, and somehow the drawing had also appeared on the farm. When she got home, Márcia found her daughter drawing at the kitchen table. What are you making, love? Flowers, Mom. Beautiful sunflowers. On the paper, a tall man was tending a garden. Below, she had written, Joe and Aunt Ana's flowers. Daughter, who is Joe? I don't know, Mom. He popped into my head. He seems like a good man. And who is Aunt Ana? I don't know either, but she's happy. In the following weeks, more signs. Drawings of the farm and of a man caring for sunflowers. Can I send this drawing to someone, Mom? To whom? Daughter? To the man with the sunflowers. I think he'll like it. Márcia sent it to Joe, who called in tears. This drawing shows exactly what the field looks like today. Every detail. How could she know? I don't know, Joe. It seems the bond between you two hasn't fully broken. The most incredible thing. Yesterday I was sad, thinking about my aunt, and I felt as if someone comforted me. A sense of peace, like a whisper. It's okay, my boy. I'm here. What time? Around 7 in the evening. At 7, Ana suddenly woke up and said, Mom, Joe is sad. I want to send him a hug. Both fell silent, digesting the impossible synchronicity. Márcia, I think my aunt chose your daughter to keep caring for me, even from afar. 1 year after the first visit, Joe invited them again. The sunflowers are blooming again, and I want Ana to see them. Are you sure? She doesn't remember. I am. I feel it's important. On the trip, Ana was excited but didn't seem to recognize the way. Where are we going, Mom? To visit a friend. He has a beautiful garden. When they arrived, Ana looked around. What a beautiful place, Mom. It looks like a fairy tale. Joa appeared on the porch, thinner but with a genuine smile. Hi, Ana Clara. You've grown so much. Hi, Mr. Joa. You have sunflowers, right? I do. Want to see? She ran to the field without fear, like someone who knew the terrain. In front of the flowers, she fell silent. Mom, these are the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. The field had expanded, hundreds of sunflowers facing the afternoon sun. The wind made a soft music through the stems. May I touch them? She asked. You may, Ana. They're yours too? In the middle of the field, she knelt in a specific spot. This place is special. There's so much love here. It was exactly where Joa and his aunt had planted the first seeds. Do you want to plant more sunflowers? May I? They repeated last year's ritual. The same delicacy, the same precision. There, now they'll grow happy. During lunch, Ana explored the house naturally. She found old toys in the attic as if she knew where to look. Can I stay today, Mom? I feel good here, like I matter. In the late afternoon, when it was time to leave, Ana hugged Joa affectionately. Mr. Joa, don't be sad, okay? Why do you think I'm sad? I don't know. I just know you're a good person, and good people deserve to be happy. Thank you, Ana. You make me very happy. Can I come back? Whenever you want. On the way back, Ana slept peacefully. When she woke up, Mom, are we going back to see the sunflowers? Do you want to go back? I do. It's important to take care of the flowers. Why? Because when we plant with love, they don't die. They just transform. In the following months, Ana and Joa developed a special friendship. They exchanged drawings, talked on the phone, and she always asked about the sunflowers. Joa said the flowers are happy, Mom. Does that make you happy too? It does. When flowers are happy, people are too. The circle was complete. Ana had fulfilled her mission to heal Joa's pain, plant the promised sunflowers, and inaugurate a form of love that crosses lifetimes. Love truly doesn't die. It only changes shape and finds new ways to bloom. And now tell me, how do you feel after Ana Clara's story? If this narrative touched your heart, if you believe love doesn't die, if you want to keep discovering cases as fascinating as this one, here you'll find the most moving stories about reincarnation, past lives, and bonds that defy everything we think we know about life and death. Share this video with someone special, your mother, your father, a dear friend, or even someone you lost and feel might still be watching over you in another way. Comment below. Have you ever experienced something similar? Have you ever felt an inexplicable connection with someone? Have you ever had the feeling you've known a person much longer than you should? I read everything and love hearing your stories. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for believing there are mysteries worth exploring. Until the next video, and remember, love doesn't die, it only transforms.